everyone. Welcome to Rhythm and Roads podcast. I'm your host, Joshua Jacob. We have a very special guest. We have filmmaker, actor, director. We have Mark Vasconcellos of the film ARTO. So, welcome, sir. Appreciate you coming on Rhythm and Roads.
Welcome, welcome. Thank you. It's fun.
Yeah, man. It's always great to just hear stories, especially just the journey you've been on from the start, which is what I want to get on first, is what's the story behind you becoming an actor and
Oh,
who or what inspired you?
wow, that's long, long ago, but
Oh,
I've always been interested in television and film. And so when I went to college, I studied television and film.
oh, you did?
Grad,
Okay.
yeah, graduated, and then I was like, what am I doing next? And somehow I ended up in Italy for about 3 years,
Oh, wow.
which was great. And I found a video production company that needed a cameraman and a segment director. And so we started shooting stuff just all over the world, literally. And so it was cool. They sent me everywhere, got a great paycheck, lots of food, and meeting cool people.
Well,
So
I
it was a great start.
Wow. Well, yeah, what a great start, especially
Yeah.
Italy. Like, what? Man, crazy.
I know, kind of unique, but if you go after it, it's doable. That's
Right.
it.
Right. So going back to the start, it would have you always, even when you were a teenager, wanted to pursue acting, filmmaking?
Acting kind of came second,
Oh, it did.
or maybe third, because at first I was like in high school, I was all into sports and everything. I played soccer, and
Oh, wow, that's cool.
yeah, yeah. So I was a goalie and pretty good at it, and I didn't pursue it, so I got into the television and film aspect. And then after living in Italy for those 3 years, I went to LA and started studying acting at Stella Adler Conservatory.
Okay.
So that was kind of the start of my acting career.
Wow, man. Awesome.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then from there, it just took off of the journey. You're just like, I guess this is what I'm meant to be doing. This is my calling.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've always had the passion for storytelling, television, film,
Yeah.
and the acting thing just kind of sunk its hooks in me. And I really learned a great technique from Stella Adler and everybody who was teaching there, and started doing plays in LA and things like that. But then you're like, I want to go out and be in movies and do all that kind of fun, crazy stuff. And it's not easy. I mean, there's so much competition. But if you're just persistent, keep doing it, putting yourself out there, promoting, try and get a decent agent,
Mhm.
things happen. So I moved to Las Cruces about 15 years ago, and there was really no film here whatsoever. So I started talking with local politicians, and we got the film office going, and things just started
Oh,
escalating.
awesome.
Yeah, and the two colleges really got into it, and Mark Medoff and NMSU and DACC, and they all started programs and
That's
really kicked
awesome.
things into gear. And then we just, kept the film office going, putting it out
Yeah.
there, letting everybody know, hey, Las Cruces is here. We've
Yeah.
got great people, great talent. Come down and make your movies here. And we got some good stuff in place. So that's happening, which is
That's
great.
awesome. Yeah. And I'm really happy for Las Cruces, the way it's been booming with the film industry and just, yeah, NMSU and just, especially the
Mhm.
film festival coming up very soon.
Yes, that's always exciting. And,
Yeah, it
it's
is.
great publicity for Las Cruces, NMSU, DACC, and all the
Yep.
local talent. So
Oh, yeah.
that's what we got to do. We got to promote, promote, promote.
That's right. And I didn't know you had a hand in starting it as well, helping, like, is it the Film Las Cruces that you helped with?
Yes, probably about 11 or 12 years ago,
Whoa.
yeah, it's been a while. I sat down with Jeff Steinborn, and we had like a 3 hour coffee and really try to show him the business and
Wow.
how it works and the profitability, and that, the whole community benefits when a movie is shooting in your town.
Hmm.
And he saw it and he got it. So he became the biggest proponent for Film Las Cruces. And
That's,
we just been, yeah, putting it out there for the last 12 years, and it's paying off. We've had some big time movies come down here, which is great.
oh,
And
yeah.
what's neat is that all the locals get to be involved, all
Hmm.
the college students get to be involved, and then everybody's also doing their indie films like us
Yeah.
and all the people that are in the film festival. So it's really great that we put Las Cruces on the map,
Yep.
essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's paying off. So that's awesome. I'm really happy
Yes.
for you guys. And so I do want to get into the film festival because I'm just so grateful that Ross Marks asked me to come and interview filmmakers, actors, special guests. I'll be there April 10th through the 12th. But I do want to get into this film of yours, Arto. So is this film, are you like, just tell me more about that film.
Arto is comes from the mind of Hafid Abdelmoula. If you know Hafid, he made Broken Gayeti, which is Village, which was out there, and we
Oh,
actually to the Cannes Film Festival and
okay.
a couple international sales with it, which was cool. And he's got a different mind.
Hmm.
So Arto is kind of a psychological thriller.
Okay.
So yeah, you don't know really what is what's real, what's not real. Is it in his head? Is
Oh,
it not
wow.
in his head? Yeah, so it's very interesting, and the way Hafid makes his movies, you're just like, wow, it kind of blows you away. And
Mhm.
at first, I didn't really want to do short movies.
Okay.
Um, I love working on features and making our own little indie features.
Yeah.
And he said, "This is going to be a challenge, though." And, I said, "Okay, I'll take on. Challenges are good.
Oh, yeah, of course.
They may scare the crap out of you at first, but once you get into it and, study and do your technique and do all the homework, it
Right.
pays off. So, yeah, it's an interesting movie.
That is, yeah, sounds interesting. Do you know when it's actually going to be premiering at the festival?
I think we're on the third day. Um, Local short movies, I think around 4 o'clock in the
So that would
C.
probably be is it Friday?
Yes, I
11th?
believe so.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So
Awesome.
we're in the local film group of shorts, and I think that starts at 4 o'clock. So yeah, it's really interesting and very strangely done.
Yeah. How was your experience being on the set of this film?
It was great. We shot it in a couple weekends at Hafid's house.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, so it was very contained, but it was really intense
Yeah.
because some of the scenes are just pretty whack. And it's as you'll see if you come and see it, and everybody should come and see it.
Oh, yeah.
It was a challenge,
I
and the
bet.
editing and the effects and looking into Arthur's mind.
Hmm.
Um, it it was done visually, which is great. He really tells a story visually, not necessarily putting the words in your face.
Okay.
Okay. And that's a real challenge for a lot of filmmakers, but really makes the movie interesting to watch.
Wow.
You know? And so it was challenging, but we knocked it out in a couple weekends, and we had a lot of fun doing it. And it's a very interesting story.
Oh, I bet. It sounds very interesting. Let's talk about prior films that you've directed. Um, so which one would you like to start on? Ones that you've
Um,
directed.
well, I kind of got started when I was in LA, working as an actor and studying as an actor.
Oh, okay.
Um, when the digital cameras started coming out, everybody's like,
Right.
"Hey, man, let's make a movie." And everybody wanted to make a movie, and I said, "Okay, who can write a script? I don't write
Uh,
scripts." No one said anything, but I got the cameras, I got the equipment, and so I ended up making this little movie, Triple Threat, right over my
oh,
shoulder.
right. Okay.
And it's kind of like a Charlie's Angels biker movie.
Are you
And so,
serious? Oh,
yeah, it's
wow,
kind of
dude.
it's kind of a big movie. And we were
Dang.
shooting all over Los Angeles, very small group, and we shot it on weekends. And we had motorcycles and surfing and some
Wow.
espionage, and it was a lot of fun, but it was challenging. And we got it made and got it out there. And then we did a couple other shorts in LA. When I came to Las Cruces, we made the movie River, which was a huge movie on a tiny budget.
Oh,
And
okay.
yeah, basically we had like 50 speaking roles for actors, local actors,
Wow. Is that
which
right?
was cool. Yeah, we could put all our local friends in it, and we had some money to pay people and, food, gas, credit, all that stuff. And then we had 35 different locations. So
Wow.
yeah,
35?
yeah, that's huge. And we shot it all over the borderlands. So if you watch River, which is on Tubi TV, you'll recognize a lot of the
Oh, that's
locations, which is
awesome.
kind of cool. It's kind of neat. And so that worked out well. And we did a movie called The Prototype, which was a crazy sci-fi movie. We did Village, which is Hafid's movie as well.
Okay.
So we just kind of chunk things out when we can.
Yeah.
We try not to make them too difficult, but you want a creative story. You want something that goes somewhere and
Yeah.
does something and is
Right.
interesting to watch, not just one location.
All right.
You
Yeah.
know. Yeah, well, I mean, if you watch Village, we shot that whole movie in three locations,
Just three. Okay.
just three.
Wow.
Hafid's backyard, a barn in Doñana,
Okay.
and then there's a big dirt pit across from Centennial High School, which we spent a lot of time and a lot of freezing cold nights
Oh,
out there.
yeah, man.
Yeah. So,
Dang.
so what's really cool about these little micro budget movies, it really forces you to be uber creative
Mhm.
because okay, I got to do this, but I don't have the money to achieve that. How can I circumnavigate the challenge and still make it plausible and
Right.
artistic and interesting? You know, I
Hmm.
mean, it's great if you have lots of money to make
Oh, of
movies,
course. Yeah.
but most of us down here in the borderlands and who are in the indie world
Hmm.
are making micro budget movies. And it's great now because we can get those micro budget movies out on venues that are shown all over the world,
That's
you know,
awesome.
there's Venmo and Tubi TV and things like that. So it's kind of neat that your hard work, which is
Pays
going to
off.
take you a couple of years to
Yeah.
do, actually pays off.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I do want to lean into your film Triple Threat. I love the fact that you were able to shoot your film in Los Angeles. Now, with this film, like, because every time I go to Los Angeles and I visit, I'm always like, I wonder if I'm gonna come across an area of downtown that they're gonna be shooting a film or something like that.
Right.
Did you shoot some of your film in downtown Los Angeles
Um,
or just surrounding areas?
We were all over. We were
Oh
at the
man,
beach, we were in the city, we were in the neighborhoods, we were up in the parks, and we didn't pull one permit,
what?
which,
Are you
yeah,
serious? That's what I was gonna
exactly.
ask you. Is like, how did
Right.
you go about all that?
It was all guerrilla style.
Oh,
So
dude,
basically
love
what
it.
I told my very small crew, my
Yeah.
actors, is we're gonna get in, shoot for a couple hours, and get out.
Wow.
And it's just as long as you're prepping everything,
Yeah.
we have motorcycles, cars, car chases, things like that. Nothing too extravagant as far
Okay.
as action, but you just have to pre-plan it so well that you can show up, get shooting within 15 minutes and then get out of there. I remember
Dang.
we were shooting in one of the parks and someone who I think was in the movie business was kind of had a pissy attitude and they walked by
Oh
and
my
said, "You
God.
guys don't have a permit, do you?" And I'm going to call the cops right now. And I'm like, "Okay, go ahead. We'll be gone by the time they get here." So
Wow.
yeah, it's that guerrilla style of shooting is
Dang,
tough,
dude.
but you just got to pre-plan the heck out of it, and if you
Right.
do, you can usually get it done and get out. Yeah, so it was a challenge, but we did it.
Dang, look at you, man. Risk taker. You're just like, let's just do it. I don't care.
Well, yeah, it's like I think when we made that movie, I had $10,000, and a lot of that went to the equipment, you
Right.
know, and but all my friends were into it, and we had great food on the set. We had a good
That's
time. We always had
good.
fun.
Yeah.
We didn't take it too seriously, but the main thing is get the story told,
Mhm.
have some great artistic shots, and making it as interesting as you can. So, yeah, we got it done. I mean, it took us almost a year on weekends shooting
Oh,
it.
wow, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
sometimes we had to skip weekends, because
Right.
everybody had their day
Schedules.
jobs.
Hmm.
But that was our first feature film that we kind of knocked out. And then it took a couple months to edit it, and then we got it out there on DVD and had a lot of
That's
fun with it.
cool.
Had parties and screenings. We booked a huge theater in
Oh, you
Hollywood.
did?
Oh
Did you?
yeah, we had limousines drive
Oh
everybody.
my God, bro. You
It,
went
it
all
was
out, huh?
crazy. Yeah, and then we had some local newspapers do little articles on us. It wasn't big time, but
All right. At least,
it's it's cool when you can, bring some new actors who are up and coming,
Mhm.
just getting out of school or studying, and
Right.
everybody gets to work together, and then you have that awesome premiere, and it was really Hollywood style, you know.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, so we had a blast.
Memorable moments, huh? They just
Totally.
will last a
Totally.
lifetime of
Yeah.
everything. Well, before we move on from Triple Thread, so with the car chases or bike chases and all that, how did you guys do that without actually having cops, making sure streets are blocked off? Like that's where I'm curious. I'm like, okay, dude, how'd you pull that off?
Okay, so we had to just break everything down. First off, I had my girls. I think I had three girl actresses who were like Charlie's Angels.
Oh,
They were
okay.
they were the spies,
Yeah, yeah.
and I put them through motorcycle driving school. And then I actually went to a Harley Davidson dealer and told them I lost a bet with my wife and I had to get some motorcycles so we could bring them to Santa Barbara for the weekend.
Oh my
Because
God.
if you tell them you're making a movie, they're like, nope. So I
Yeah.
actually rented a Harley and a Buell, and we planned the chasing and stuff like that real well. And then my sister, who definitely rides. She was the stunt rider. So I was in my van hanging out the door, chasing the bad guy in his car, and then my sister's on the motorcycle chasing him. And so it was done very quickly in and
Yeah.
around Marina del Rey, and hopefully no one really noticed what was
Right,
going
right.
on. And so it comes back to preparation, preparation,
Yeah.
preparation. But I think for a first little indie movie, topic's kind of fun, silly,
Yeah.
lighthearted. It's tongue in cheek, James Bond and Charlie's Angels.
Sounds fun, man.
We just planned the crap out of it and
Oh
did it,
yeah.
And I made sure I had some insurance and you know cover all your P's and Q's and dot your I's and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But nobody had any issues. No one got hurt. We all had a blast doing
Oh,
it,
that's awesome.
and it's doable. That's
Yeah.
that's the thing, and so many people are making great little indie movies now.
Mhm.
It's just if I have any advice for anybody who wants to produce or direct,
Yeah.
just really break everything down
Hmm.
and prepare, 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 get in there, shoot quickly, get out.
Mm.
Okay. If you're going to do the guerrilla style thing.
Hmm.
When we got to shooting River, which is definitely a more complicated movie, I had to definitely pull some permits because
Oh, okay.
we were shooting in public parks and things like that. And you just want to
Okay.
do things right so no one
Right.
gets into too much trouble.
Right.
But I
Right.
think for River, we really only had two permits.
Okay.
Uh, Most of it was like in the old defunct jail here in Las Cruces.
Hmm.
A lot of it was in the alleyways of El Paso and
Oh
things like.
wow. Okay.
Yeah, and then we shot at someone's old warehouse in Anthony. So we're all over the place, and
That's cool,
it
man.
was definitely a challenge too, but it comes down to, shoot Friday, Saturday, and Sunday,
Hmm.
plan everything during the next week so we can go into the next weekend ready to go and everybody's up on it. So
Awesome.
yeah, it's a fun and interesting process.
Oh, I bet, man.
And
I'm
then
a,
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, I'm here in El Paso, but I'm trying to get out and be with filmmakers and be on sets to just get more insight on it. My brother's a filmmaker in LA, and he's went to school to Biola University,
Oh,
so
okay.
he studied cinema and film. So he's doing his stuff out there. But I helped him out with a film that we did based on our late mother, and it was really just great an experience. And I'm like, and he's like, dude, you're in like Las Cruces, El Paso. You should go out there and meet people and just get out
Oh,
there.
and you will, you will.
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah,
It's
I
a
want to.
small town, it's a small community, and
Yeah.
really, when you think about it, the film industry is a small business. I
Yeah.
was working on a movie on the other side of the world in the little town island of Malta in
Okay.
the Mediterranean, and I was there for half a year. And then I come back, I'm in New Mexico, and I go up to work on a Josh Brolin fire movie, and I'm standing on set, and someone says, "Mark." I turn around, and it's the video assist operator
Oh
from
wow.
the island of Malta 20
Okay.
years prior. And it just
Wow.
shows you it's a small, unique family.
Yeah.
So it's just get out there and meet people, have as much fun as you can, do
Yeah.
good work, be professional. If
Mhm.
you're going to commit,
Hmm.
Commit. If you're going to be on time, be 15 to a half hour early. And people remember that, and then
Yeah.
they say, "Hey, man, I want to work with you."
Yeah.
And that's where your longevity comes from because, I mean, there's so many people wanting to be in this business,
Hmm.
and it's a struggle, it's cutthroat, but your longevity is based on your reputation. So if
Very
you can
true.
work hard, yeah, work hard, be
Yeah.
professional, have fun with everyone, and they usually remember you if you turn out a good product and a good job and good work.
Yeah.
So
Great
it's
advice. Thank you, Mark. Now, before we move on from that, I do want to ask because you are in the filmmaking world and the so many actors and even those that are still going to school to pursue that. What advice can you give to those that are trying to pursue filmmaking, being an actor? How competitive it is out there, like you mentioned,
Mhm.
where you can feel down, you can question yourself, be like, am I even meant to do this? So despite of what you went through, overcoming those obstacles, what can you share to those that are in school right now, prepping to be the next filmmaker, the next actor?
Well, just remember that you yourself and all the stories you want to tell
Mhm.
are unique. There's no one like you in the business. There's no one like me in the business. We may not be the ultimate top of the business at this point or ever get there. But if we can be consistent
Mhm.
and learn from other people who you admire and you say, dang, that's a good movie. That's really well done.
Mhm.
Gravitate towards them. Be
Mhm.
that sponge and get as much information
Yeah.
from them. That's I love working with Hafid Abdelmoula, who made ARTO, because he's just so different. He's from Morocco. He's
Wow.
lived in the US for 20 some odd years, but his view on life and character and people and how they operate and navigate through life is really different. So when he brings a script forth,
Mhm.
it's like, wow, where is this coming from?
That's amazing.
Yeah, but it's so unique and so interesting that I'm like, I'm going to jump in there and give it my all because it's not like anything else I've seen. I mean, if you watch Village, it's a trip. He
Wow.
created a world that exists somewhere but nowhere, and in some space of time, but no space of time. And you're like, what is going on here? And
Interesting.
where is this
Wow.
happening?
Yeah.
So he really pushes the boundaries. And those are the kind of people that I myself like to gravitate towards.
Hmm.
So for any upcoming filmmaker or actor, find out who you really admire and like, and
Hmm.
then go be that sponge.
There you go. Yeah.
Learn from them and go work with them as much as possible. And remember, you're unique, so no one can replace you, no one can imitate you. But, if you turn up professional, know your stuff, nail it, and just are great at what you do, people are then gonna admire you and want to work with you and sponge off of you. So that's the ultimate, I think, achievement in this business. If you have a group of people that really like what you're doing and they want to learn from you and sponge off of you and grow their own skills, yeah, it's kind of like this cyclical thing. So
Right.
you follow the people you love and admire, and then someone's going to follow you who loves you and admires you. So it's,
Oh,
yeah. And we're all in the same boat. So let's
that's
let's
right.
have fun and make a great movie.
There you go, man. Well
Yeah,
said, Mark. Well said. Great advice. Thank you so much for sharing that.
sure.
Now, before we end the podcast, I do want to just thank you again for coming on Rhythm and Roads and sharing your story. Do you have anything to say to, I guess, the filmmakers coming on to the film festival as they're prepping for it, just to give them that ease of just like, hey, just remember to have fun, just have
Yeah, I mean,
support.
basically, we're in a great profession.
Right, right.
It's an honor to be in this profession, and if you can
Exactly.
make a living in this profession, creating art and telling stories, I'm blown away, and I'm honored when I get to work and do great things. So to me, it's like be humble, do the work, but remember, this is a business.
Mhm.
So you better have your business cards ready.
There you go.
Yeah, you better be at those parties, handing them out and
Yep.
meeting people, and don't be shy, because we all know that we got to start somewhere.
Right.
Okay.
There's
And
always.
like I said, we're in the same boat, so we can help each other.
Mhm.
No one's the end all be all in this business, unless maybe if you're Pedro Pascal right now. Yeah. So, but
Right.
I would love to work with Pedro Pascal one day. Why
Oh
not?
man, why not? Yeah.
Set that goal and go for it.
There you go.
The main thing is enjoy where you're at, do some great work, and do your best. But you got to make those connections, hand out those business cards, um, whatever you want to do. If you're writing, directing, acting,
Mhm.
you got to have that resume, you got to have that reel, you got to have those promotional materials and social media and podcasting and all these great things that we have right at our fingertips,
Yep.
like
Go.
the most awesome publicity you could ever imagine.
There you
Because
go.
back when I was starting out, none of that existed.
Wow.
None of it existed.
Yep.
So
I can believe that.
yeah. So, use the tools to
Yep.
promote yourself, promote your work, and get out there and have fun and enjoy the people that you're meeting and working with.
Yep. Awesome. Thank you so much, Mark, for sharing that. And it's very important, like you said, network, just go
Mhm.
out and just remember, like you said, we are all in the same aspect of all
Same
this.
book.
We're all in the
Yeah.
boat. Yeah. It's like we're just have fun and as long as we respect each other, be humble, like you said, it's just you don't know what the next door will open for you.
Exactly. That's so true in this business. You never know.
Never know. The possibilities are endless.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Mark, for coming on Rhythm and Road, sharing your story. And man, just that's so awesome. You've had such a timeline of a journey of just directing your films, acting in films, living in Los Angeles. I mean, that's something we all wish could go and be there.
Oh yeah.
But man,
Be,
but it's
be
just,
prepared if you're going to go
oh, I
that route.
bet, yeah. But that's awesome, brothers. And I look forward to seeing Alto. Comes out, you said possibly the Friday, right? The 11th?
Yeah, I think it's the third day, four
Okay.
o'clock.
4 o'clock.
And it's going to be great. Hopefully, I'll meet you at the film festival. And it's always better to meet people in person, but get out there and schmooze and have fun. And you're doing a great job. And
Oh,
we
thank you.
appreciate people like you too, because it helps us get our word out and our story out too.
Awesome. And that's what this platform's for, is for all the filmmakers, actors, entrepreneurs, I mean, just authors, anyone who has a story. Your one story can inspire one person, 50 people, 100, who knows, but one story can change a life. So
It can, it
that's right.
can. It's powerful.
It is. All
Mhm.
right, guys. Well, thank you so much, Mark, for coming on Rhythm and Roads. We look forward to seeing your film at the festival, and we'll catch you guys on the next episode.